Swanland is situated in the East Riding of Yorkshire, 8 miles west of Hull. With a population of 3,806, over half of the residents are aged between 45 to 65 plus. The village hall building was formerly the old school, which dates back to 1876 and is in a conservation area. It became unused and dilapidated, and in 2004 the old schoolhouse building was renovated and the new village hall opened in 2005. The initial driver for installing renewable energy technology was environmental. The committee were keen that a sustainable form of energy generation was used. The construction of the building meant that a V in the middle gave roof space where photovoltaic panels would not be visible. South-facing, with almost the optimum pitch, the panels were perfectly positioned and the least intrusive solution. The installation was 50% funded by lottery money through sustainable communities. The rest was self-funded. Managed by a team of local volunteers, Swanland Village Hall now hosts a variety of activities for local residents.
I was chairman while the whole project was developed and carried through.
The trustee body of the village hall have a policy of being as environmentally friendly as we can, so it was a natural extension of our policy there to try to reduce our carbon footprint, basically.
And so we got one or two experts in to have a look, and we looked at reports and so on, particularly the splendid summary by the Humber and Wolds Rural Community Council. For example, we looked at ground source heating, which was far too expensive and would have been very complicated in our particular site. We looked at heat exchange arrangements, but they would be, we felt, an eyesore with the boxes on the outside of the building. And we decided against a wind turbine because of we were in a conservation area. So in the end we came down in favour of photovoltaic cells. The angle of the roof is, is the optimal angle. I believe it has to be 30 degrees, and ours was 29 degrees or something. So it was so it's due south and the right angle, so, and hidden from the ground, so it's ideal really. We've applied to the Community Sustainable Energy Programme, which is lottery funded. We felt we could pay for the other half that the CSEP didn't pay for. The installation is incredibly simple. It's literally a 2-day job.
The panels on the roof, that comes in as direct current produced by the PV cells. Then it goes into the inverter where it changes to alternating current, and then back out this one down through the building to the meter cupboard where it either exports it or uses it.
This is a meter which records what the panels are actually generating at the moment, and the CO2 that we've saved to date, and the total energy generated since we started using the panels in September. We've had our first payment for the feed-in tariff from the electricity company, but it's going to take several months before we actually are able to calculate properly how much power we're actually saving by generating our own, but we certainly know that we're exporting some to the national grid and getting paid for it.
With the grant, with half the costs being paid by the grant, it would take us 4.9 years to pay the money back. Shall we say the main purpose of the cells isn't to produce electricity for yourself, it's really to produce electricity to export.
Really there's not too much to go wrong. The panels are no moving parts, so they're laid with the force of the roof, so they will clean as the rainwater comes along. The inverter is guaranteed for 10 years, the panels for 5 years, so hopefully they'll both last quite a bit longer than that.
Funnily enough, it was really an idealistic point, an idealism which drove us to install in the first place. We felt we should set the standards, in the village for sustainable energy production. And so obviously the fact that we would eventually, under this FIT system, be, you know, our money will be paid back, and we would actually be generating income, was obviously a plus point. But the first consideration was literally on idealistic grounds, really. But as it turns out, it's worked out financially very well as well.